You have tuned into the BearDown Corner with your host, Sergeant Julio. Hey everybody, this is the BearDown Corner. I'm your host, Sergeant Julio. We're going to get you caught up on Week 8's action over this past weekend. Alright, so Week 8 started with Thursday night, where the Los Angeles Chargers hosted the Minnesota Vikings in what was a, not really a back and forth anything. The Los Angeles completely steamrolled over Minnesota 37-10, and Justin Herbert threw for 3 touchdowns and 227 yards as they continue to look dominant. Ted and Gatson caught another touchdown this week. Lad McConkey looks like he's back to form, so exciting things if you're a Chargers fan. Chicago went into Baltimore where, you know what, I would love to sit here and be like, the refs did this, the refs did that, the refs are calling shit for everyone this year. So you know what, instead of that being the case, let's do better, Chicago. Let's not try and take as many penalties in our next week's matchup in Week 9. But this week, it bit us in the ass, as with almost 12 to 13 penalties in the whole game, completely nixed opportunities throughout the entire day. Long story short, we lost 30-16. Baltimore takes the win with Huntley in at quarterback as Lamar Jackson was ruled out on Friday to be out of that game. Derrick Henry was 2 touchdowns and 71 yards on the ground, and Baltimore walks away with that win. New York Jets go into Cincinnati Bengal territory where everyone thought, oh, they're going to wipe clean the 0-7 team. That was for naught on this day. Well, Breece Hall went for 18 attempts for 133 yards, 2 touchdowns on the ground, and 1 through the air. It was on a trick pass play that he threw to Mason Taylor in the back of the end zone for them to take the 1-point lead. Buffalo goes into Carolina where they reinvigorate themselves as James Cook runs wild for over 200 plus rushing yards and 2 touchdowns on the day. Josh Allen with 1 passing touchdown, 2 rushing touchdown, and 12 of 19 for 163 yards, where they controlled the majority of this game on the ground. 49ers go, final score there, 40-9 against Carolina. 49ers go into Houston, where the San Francisco ended up shitting the bed this day. Christian McCaffrey held to his lowest points of the season. The Houston defense kept the all-star running back in check. He finished the day with like 80-ish yards, 40-ish yards total yards from scrimmage, couple catches. He didn't really do much for them. CJ Stroud, 30 of 39, 318 yards, and 2 touchdowns for the 26-15 victory. New York Giants go into Philadelphia where they had a unfortunate accident in running back Cam Scadaboo. He basically ended up twisting his ankle to the point where we're just going to jump right to this one on him. It was a complete ankle dislocate. So basically he's out for the rest of the season. He ran a slot route on the play, and as he was coming out of it, the ball was coming for him for the catch. The defender ended up rolling up on him, and you literally seen his leg just flip back up, like as if someone had pulled your whole hand back and it flipped back. That's what his ankle looked like. It was so gruesome, they didn't want to show it on the rest of the nighttime sports shows that I was going through last night. It was actually quite bad. So I feel for this kid. I hope he gets better. New York Giants fans, he was a nice spark in your ass, but I don't even know if he'll be back to normal if he does come back next year. In that game, though, Philadelphia won 38-20. Saquon Barkley, 150 yards on the ground with a touchdown and a receiving touchdown, 4 receptions, 24 yards. He went out with a groin injury on one of his runs later in the 4th. So Tank Bigsby came in, filled in just fine as he went 9 attempts for 109 yards on the ground. So basically in total, Philadelphia controlled the ground game of 250 yards, and Jalen Hurts threw under 200 with 4 touchdowns, 2 of them going to Dallas Goedert on tight ends day. Cleveland went into New England, where the Patriots wound up winning 32-13 on a day where I'm shocked by this, honestly. But when you don't have the rest of the defense helping you, Myles Garrett, you can have 5 sacks you want all day, baby, but it's not going to matter because that's just a bad team you're on. And you took the purse bank instead of chasing a ring. So that's your problem, bud. Throwing his helmet on the sideline and everything. I honestly don't even feel bad for him. Congratulations on your 5-sack day. Much less does it help your team when you got no team. Drake May, another 3-touchdown performance, 18 of 24 for 282 yards. Miami went into Atlanta, where, you know what? I'll give credit where it's due. I was quite shocked. I thought Atlanta was going to wipe their hands clean of this and walk away with the win. I thought this was an easy win this week. Little was I wrong, as Tua Tagovailoa went 20 of 26 for 205 yards and 4 touchdown passes, while they controlled the run game with over 100+ yards between the running backs there. So 34-9. Atlanta just couldn't get anything going. That defense shot down and shit on Bijan Robinson this week. The Miami defense, the no-name defense, they came in and just took care of business. Now, is this a trend for this team? I highly doubt it. But I think they just, got back to whatever basics. Tua stopped smoking whatever he was smoking and decided to actually look over the linemen to throw the ball this week. Tampa Bay goes into New Orleans, where the defense is the highlight of the week, as number 3 Anthony Nelson batted, grabbed, and goes in for the interception return touchdown to shove them ahead. Should have had another defensive touchdown in that game, but it was nullified because of a penalty. Shocker. 23-3, New Orleans loses this match. So with Tampa getting, I think it was 5 turnovers in this game, Tampa was able to capitalize on short yardage, kick some field goals, and run in a touchdown later in the game. 23-3, that victory for Tampa Bay. Dallas goes into Denver, where Denver was coming off a huge win. 33 points they scored in the fourth quarter to make their epic comeback against New York last week. Could they do the same this week? Well, little did they have to not, because they came in and they controlled it. They controlled it from beginning to end, and the Dallas defense is in trouble if they want to keep playing like that this year. 44-24 was the final. J.K. Dobbins ran for 111 yards on them this day. Bo Nix had another 4-touchdown performance and went 19 of 29. And R.J. Harvey had 2 rushing touchdowns and 1 receiving touchdown on a total 3 for the day. Denver is looking good. Their secondary scoring is stepping up when they know the stars aren't able to shine as bright, and they're doing it as a team. This defense is devastatingly good, and we got some bad news for that defense when we get to the news and notes of Week 9. Tennessee went into Indianapolis, where they got shit stomped 38-14. Indianapolis is just enforcing their will at this point. Danny Dimes is throwing another 3-touchdown performance. Jonathan Taylor, another 3-touchdown performance for him. 2 rushing, 1 receiving. There is nothing stopping the Colts other than themselves. I think they can compete with anyone, even the Chiefs. I think they're in that talk. They have to be. The way they've imposed themselves, they actually beat Denver earlier in the year. Okay? They got 1 loss so far. They're 7-1. And they don't look like they're stopping anytime soon. Green Bay finished off the Sunday games with a convincing, otherwise, 35-25 victory over the Pittsburgh Steelers. It was close for the most part, and then Green Bay just put the gas and never looked back. Jordan Love, and believe me, I hate talking about the Packers like this, but I'll give him credit where it's due. Jordan Love, 29 to 37, 360 for 3 touchdowns. Tucker Kraft had 7 receptions for 143 and 2 touchdowns on National Tight End Day, and the Packers are looking good. I hate to say that because at 5-1-1, they're leading division. So lots to try and overcome as we are 4-3 and try to weasel our way into a wild card. That's what that's going to be. And to finish off week 8, we had the Washington Commanders going into the Kansas City Chiefs, where they end up getting completely overtoppled 28-7. Patty Mahomes, another 299 day with 3 touchdowns. He had 2 interceptions. Travis Kelce, 6 of 99 and 1 touchdown. Rice had 9 catches of 93 yards and 1 touchdown. They got their wide receiver 1 back. They're looking good. They're heating up at the right time. I really hate to see where the Chiefs are going to end up because I really don't want them to do well. But I do kind of want them to do well because I got some of their guys. So it's kind of a catch-22, right? Wish them not, but wish them so. News and notes for week 9. Vikings quarterback Carson Wentz set to undergo season-ending shoulder surgery. The backup was re-injured this last Sunday. Or no, not Sunday, on Thursday night. And yeah, just not good reports. Good reports for them. They got J.J. McCarthy coming back this week. So, yay! You can hear the applause. Rams wide receiver Puka Nacua expected back for their game against the Saints this week. So that is good news for Matthew Stafford and the rest of the Rams. Will take off the pressure from Devontae Adams as well. So that is good. Brian Thomas Jr. All right, so I find it funny that I even came across them asking this in a conference with Liam Cohen recently, but it's literally, what are the reports of trading Brian Thomas Jr.? And he was like, none. There's absolutely none. That's absurd. Why the hell would you trade away your first-round draft wide receiver from the year before, who we know can do just fine? The guy has had injuries if you look at it from the outside spectrum, right? There has been shit he's dropped that I feel he should have catched, but you know what? He's having an off season. Doesn't mean you just trade away him. Look at what happened to Tennessee and A.J. Brown. Who knows what that team could have been if A.J. would have ended up being the receiver that he is now. Or maybe it would have been bad for him. Either way, we'll never know. But the best thing that ever happened for his career was getting traded to the Philadelphia Eagles. So, you know what? The fact that we're even talking about this is absurd. You're not going to trade away your former number 1 pick from not even a year ago and start doing this dog shit. Ed Oliver, defensive tackle for the Bills, is out indefinitely. The soonest he could return is the playoffs. If he does, it'd probably be more the divisional conference round. He is out with torn biceps. So good luck, big man. Wish you the best, and sorry to see your season get cut short. Jets head coach Aaron Glenn has non-committal to Justin Fields as the long-term starter, but we'll go more about it week to week. Are we shocked? No. There's going to be the quarterback revolving around down in New Orleans as well, as both these franchises have no idea what the hell to do at quarterback at this point. Ride it out. Wish for the best. Maybe you trade for Shedeur Sanders. Who knows? Los Angeles Rams do trade for DB help, though, in the form of Roger McCreary from the Tennessee Titans, a former second-round pick, 35th overall, back in 2022. So, you know, he's veteran enough now. They are trading for this young lad as the Titans are sucking. They got him for a 6th-round pick. So I think that's pretty damn good. If this kid can turn into what he was expected to be on an actual good team, good things on the rise for the youngster. And to finish it off, Patrick Surtain is out 4 to 6 weeks. Pectoral issue. And that is bad for a Denver defense that is so dominant. But you know what? They got enough pieces around there. They'll figure it out. They'll plug the next guy in. They might be a little weaker on the one side, but when he comes back, though, get ready for them to make a heavy push. All right, that's it. That's all the time we got for today. I am Sergeant Holio. This has been the Bear Down Corner. You can catch us live every Tuesday morning, 6 o'clock General Mountain, 8 o'clock Eastern, and, of course, on YouTube, everywhere you can listen to your podcast. Take care, be safe, and we will catch you next week here on the Bear Down Corner.